Guys, I think I've found the best Warlock build to be using right now. So if you're looking to master this build, make sure you watch all the way to the end because I explain pretty much how you guys use this build and how good it really is. If you're looking for one that deals a lot of damage, can pretty much do any activity, whether that's mythic or just running and power farming, this is the build to watch. But with that said, I appreciate every single one of you that clicks on this video. So if you could leave a like, let's try and get 100 likes for today's build because it is one you guys are going to love. And as always, let's jump straight into So for today's build, guys, we're going to be on Arc Warlock. Now we are using Chaos Reach for our super. For our Rift, we're using Healing Rift, Burst Glide, Ball Lightning. This is a really good one, to be honest. Definitely use this. And Pulse Grenade, probably the best grenade you want on Warlock, to be honest, especially Arc. For your aspects, we're having Ionic Sentry, which is crucial for today's build, and Electrostatic Mind. So this is a really good one that is paired with the Ionic Sentry and today's build because defeating targets with arc abilities or defeating jolted or blinded targets creates an Ionic Trace. So that's really crucial for today's build. Then for your fragments, we have Spark of Ions, Spark of Resistance, Spark of Amplitude, and Spark of Discharge. Weapon wise, you're going to want to be running a pretty much high damage weapon for your primary, so the Mint Retrograde is really good for this. Definitely one of the best guns in the game. But for the exotic weapon, I would actually recommend using this. Now it's not sort of crucial, but it's going to help the build a lot. So what this does is sprinting, sliding and firing this weapon builds a temporary electrostatic charge, increasing range and reload speed. Final blows with high charge cause explosions and maximum charge explosions blind targets. So this is why I said earlier this right here is really good because the blinded targets are also going to give us Ionic Traces, and trust me, this build absolutely melts with this weapon, so try it out. For your heavy, just use something that's going to be good at doing damage. I really love the trial. I say this in every build, but Envious Assassin with Burning Ambition, it's just super good on this weapon. I don't know why, so I use it for pretty much all my builds. Artifact mods, these are the mods you guys are going to want to use. So if you want to pause the video right now and copy them, it's the easiest way to do it, but some of them will help a lot, such as Elemental Benevolence, and there are a few more like Fever and Chill if you guys are using that to become Radiant with the heavy weapon. So there's a lot of ways you can get bonus damage with today's build, but they're the ones you guys want to have on. Then stats wise, to be honest, I've been using my Warlock for PvP, so the stats aren't great, but you don't even need one. If you guys are a PvE Warlock main, you'll probably have better stats than me, but go for Grenade and Super in today's build. These two are going to be your best bet. Like I said, I've been playing PvP, so most of my armor does have health. So like I said, it's not my main character, but go for Grenade, go for Super, and you should be good in today's build. But you'll see from the gameplay, you don't need it. I mean, these stats are pretty awful and the build will just do itself justice. For your helmet, we're using the Fallen Sunstar. Now, most people don't use this, but trust me, it's really underrated. So, Ionic Conductor, Ionic Traces, you create, move faster, and grant you additional ability energy. Nearby allies also gain ability energy when you collect an Ionic Trace. So, it's a build that's going to help your team out. It's going to help you out because you'll be getting that class ability really quickly. And you just keep simply farming Ionic Traces with this build. So for this, we have a Grenade mod, Harmonic Siphon, Ashes to Assets, and Super Font. For your arms, we're using a Grenade mod, Fastball, Firepower, and another Firepower. For your chest piece, we do have a Grenade mod, Void Resistance, tripled up, but it all depends on what activity you guys are running, so change these when viable. Then for your boots, we have a Grenade mod, Better Already, Absolution, and Arc Weapon Surge. And finally, for the Bond, we have a melee mod that you guys can change up. I'll probably put Grenade on rather than that. Then Outreach, Powerful Attraction, and Reaper. Now, this build is just nuts for ionic tracers. You'll see in the gameplay, you're pretty much getting your class ability back all the time. Super's quick. Then you're going to obviously have the ionic sentry if you guys use. So by defeating people with arc weapons and your arc abilities, you're going to be able to deploy the ionic sentry, which deals some really good damage. So just watch the build, guys. I'll leave you some gameplay on it now. If you are new to the channel, remember to leave a like, subscribe. Right, so I'm going to do the gameplay a little bit different from what I usually do, showing you the highlights. I'm going to talk you through how you guys actually use this build in game. So I've jumped into a Conflux Grandmaster just to show you how easy and pretty much anyone can use this build. It's just an ad clearing, absolute amazing, just ability spam. I can't even get into words how good this is with the ionic tracers. Look at the bottom left, or the middle left, sorry, we've got bolt charge, ionic sentry is ready already, and we're just running our overcharge capacity is always full with this weapon, and it's just a really fun build to use. You've got your healing rift if you guys are struggling and you're in a bad scenario, but to be honest, with this weapon it just decimates everything. We're creating orbs of power, everything like that, and just getting our super really quickly with this build. So all you have to do is just ability spam, use this weapon, chuck everything you guys have got, and you're going to get your stuff back real quick. Look at the lightning, everything about it. Oh my god. You're telling me there's a better build than this out there? I'd like to see it, because trust me, this is the funnest build I've had in a long time, and probably one of the easiest. So it's all about just keeping your sort of buffs going. So we've got the ionic sentry ready, we've got the arc weapon boost, bolt charge. All you really have to do is stand in a riff and ability spam. It is just that simple, guys. As you can see, we're flying absolutely through this right now. Get that ionic sentry up, get using that weapon, look at the damage. Let's just stand here and watch it do its thing. Insane. This weapon as well is actually underrated. Like, I've never really used it that much, but with this build, it just becomes super, super good. As you can see, got a super back already. We've got overload with this weapon, so he's going to go down super quickly. No problems whatsoever. Quickly destroy this blight, and we're on to the next. Now we have got a super. Like I said, supers are going to come quickly with this build, just because you've got so much going off at once, so it's definitely worth running Chaos Reach just for that faster super than the Stormcaller. Plus it does a lot of good damage to bosses as well. Really underrated super. Give me these ionic tracers. I feel like this build, you just run through every single activity, no problem. There's literally just an arc spam, overload, swap to your evet, boom, and he's over. In the matter of seconds, this raid or this lost sector is going to be over. So once you've done that, we're going to kill these right now, using our thing, trying it both. He's behind the wall as always. But if you're ever struggling like now, we're taking a lot of damage, but we're not, because we're in our healing rift. We've got all his buffs up, so taking damage in this build as well doesn't really happen. If I'm honest, it's hard to die. And we're just going to ability spam right now on this guy. Pull out your heavy. There you go, that's his shield down. Swap to the next one. Get rid of him. But like I said, there's not much to this build. It's just one of them that it's overpowered, to be honest. Especially if you're just looking to power farm, looking for a fun build. There is no better build than this, in my opinion, at the minute. If you guys do have a better build than this, let me know down below. But as always, leave a like, tell me how you've adapted this build, and let me know if you're enjoying it. And as always, I will catch you in the next one.